one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. We're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new, really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
The U.S., home to some of the world's most powerful banks, is preparing to integrate Ripple's XRP for international payments. That's not just a ripple in the financial pond. It's a seismic shift with the potential to reshape the very foundation of global banking. But how did a cryptocurrency, once dragged through the mud of regulatory battles, emerge as a frontrunner in the race for mainstream adoption? To truly understand this game-changing moment, we need to go back to the start, tracing Ripple's journey through its trials, innovations, and victories.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto, and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
The story of Ripple's XRP is one of perseverance, innovation, and the ability to thrive under pressure. In December 2020, Ripple Labs found itself in the crosshairs of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The lawsuit alleged that Ripple and its executives had conducted an unregistered securities offering worth $125 million. This wasn't a small slap on the wrist. It was a direct attack on Ripple's legitimacy and its future. As the lawsuit dragged on, Ripple faced significant hurdles. Major exchanges delisted XRP, its price plummeted, and its reputation took a hit. For many, this could have been the end of the road.
So I saw your post on X yesterday reacting to a judge fining Ripple $125 million after ruling that institutional sales of XRP violated federal securities laws. Now, you called the SEC's request for $2 billion in fines and penalties an absurd demand and wrote that you actually respect that $125 million fine that the court has imposed. How are you feeling about this final outcome to a long and protracted legal battle with the SEC?
We're feeling really good about it. Ripple, when it was first sued by the SEC almost 4 years ago, said that we were going to defend this case not only on our own behalf, but on behalf of the entire crypto industry.
But Ripple isn't just any company. Its leadership, headed by CEO Brad Garlinghouse, didn't buckle under the weight of these accusations. Instead, they doubled down, mounting a vigorous legal defense while continuing to innovate. Ripple's argument hinged on a critical distinction. XRP was not a security, and therefore the SEC's claims were baseless. This wasn't just a legal technicality. It was a fight for survival and clarity in an industry that had long operated in a regulatory gray area.
That lawsuit, I think, is misguided. I think the idea that XRP is a security, it has traded out there for 8 years. It's kind of like, well, if it was a security, I guess we should have known that a long time ago.
So is your basic defense, you let us trade it for years and thus gives these backsies? Is that basically your response?
No. I mean, look, if you own a security, it gives you ownership of a company, right? If Ripple goes away, XRP is going to keep trading. Many countries around the world, the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, they all have clarity and certainty that XRP is not a security.
Fast forward to 2023, when the tide finally turned. Judge Analisa Torres delivered a landmark ruling. XRP was not a security. This decision wasn't just a win for Ripple. It sent shockwaves through the entire cryptocurrency industry. For the first time, a major digital token had been granted clear legal status, setting a precedent for other cryptocurrencies. Ripple's victory wasn't just about XRP. It was about proving that innovation could triumph over regulatory uncertainty. It gave XRP a rare and coveted edge in the crypto space: legal clarity. making it a more attractive option for institutions hesitant to adopt digital currencies due to regulatory risks.
One of the other major cryptocurrencies, Ripple, or otherwise known as XRP, the SEC had charged them a major case going on, and XRP just won in their case against the SEC. This is an incredible event, a very important precedent of the SEC losing the biggest case that's been running for years, deeming that XRP and the trades and transactions that have occurred are not securities, which I think is really the most important thing as we're looking at what's happening here with Coinbase. Very big deal.
With the legal clouds starting to clear, Garlinghouse began dropping hints about Ripple's next big move. U.S. banks adopting XRP for cross-border payments. This wasn't just idle chatter. Ripple had been laying the groundwork for years, building infrastructure, developing partnerships, and refining its technology. One of Ripple's biggest breakthroughs came in the form of RippleNet and its on-demand liquidity solution. While RippleNet had already been making waves in the financial world, there was a catch. It didn't require banks to hold XRP. For many financial institutions, this was a feature, not a bug, as it allowed them to use Ripple's technology without committing to the volatility of a cryptocurrency.
Network members can also source liquidity through access to an on-demand pool of liquidity through digital assets. RippleNet provides the ability to lower liquidity costs by being able to source liquidity on demand and reduce the amount of nostros required to make global payments. For network users, again, these are corporates, SMEs, small banks, and other payment providers, RippleNet provides a standardized API-based interface to originate payments through their banking partner. They can access across networks globally, they can send payments on demand in real time, they can attach rich data like invoices to any payment, and they can gain complete visibility into payment status and delivery timing.
However, Ripple saw an opportunity to make XRP indispensable. Enter ODL, a system designed to address this very issue. With ODL, XRP became a crucial part of the equation, acting as a bridge currency for cross-border transactions. This wasn't just a technical upgrade, it was a strategic masterstroke. By tying XRP's utility directly to its adoption, Ripple created a system where financial institutions would not only use its technology, but also hold its token. This shift didn't just increase XRP's relevance, it set the stage for its adoption on a scale that was previously unimaginable.
Well, a couple things come to mind there. Obviously, our core product around Ripple Payments has continued to grow. And that's something we'll continue to invest in, more payout markets around the world. We, through an acquisition, entered the custody market in 2023. Certainly a lot of our investment, our incremental new investment in 2024 will be investing in the custody business.
Is that in anticipation of sort of some of these bigger investors getting into the markets and?
Well, I mean, on one hand, I would say yes. However, there's already a tremendous amount of demand. I mean, that business is growing very quickly. We announced publicly just a month or two ago that HSBC is a new client of that business. So, these are big accounts as well as more mid-market accounts. The custody business is very real and is going to continue to grow nicely.
Blockchain expert Ben Armstrong was quick to highlight the significance of this shift. He described Ripple's legal victory as a turning point, arguing that it validated Ripple's long-term strategy. Armstrong pointed out that Ripple's decision to fight the SEC wasn't just about clearing its name. It was about setting the stage for XRP's broader adoption. With the legal barriers out of the way and its technology aligned with the needs of the banking sector, XRP was finally ready to take center stage.
Ripple is arguing that a penalty of no more than $10 million is justified, and the judge has suggested considering post-complaint conduct when determining remedies, which means looking at how a defendant acted after a lawsuit happened. In this case, the judge's suggestion to consider post-complaint conduct could have significant implications for the final remedies imposed on Ripple. If the court finds that Ripple's action since the lawsuit was filed have been positive and cooperative, it might lean toward a lower penalty. However, if the court sees Ripple's conduct as negative or uncooperative, it could result in a harsher penalty. The lawsuit has already significantly impacted XRP's price and market sentiment, with the partial victory for Ripple viewed as net positive.
The anticipation surrounding XRP's adoption by U.S. banks is palpable. This isn't just about one cryptocurrency gaining traction. It's about the integration of blockchain technology into the traditional banking system. For decades, cross-border payments have been plagued by inefficiencies, high fees, long processing times, and a lack of transparency. Ripple's solutions address these pain points directly, offering a faster, cheaper, and more reliable alternative. The potential for U.S. banks to adopt XRP isn't just a win for Ripple. It's a step toward modernizing the global financial system. But this story doesn't stop at payments. Some industry insiders believe XRP's role in the future of finance could be even bigger. Versan Aljara, founder of Black Swan Capitalist, has suggested that XRP could be the key to a gold-backed stablecoin. This isn't just a wild theory. Aljara argues that as financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank explore tokenized assets, XRP could play a central role in digitizing and trading gold reserves. If this vision becomes a reality, XRP wouldn't just be a tool for international payments. It would become a cornerstone of a new financial ecosystem.
First thing was the reclassification of gold as a Tier 1 asset by the Bank of International Settlements. This signifies a significant shift. It basically elevates gold to a status of zero risk in the eyes of financial institutions. This should have made headlines worldwide, but it didn't. Number two was the World Gold Council and their objective, which is called the 24/7 Gold Initiative. They've aimed at creating a stablecoin for digital transmission of gold. They've publicly said this. And gold has been a traditional store of value for centuries. It's entering the digital realm now, and the only logical counterpart would be cryptocurrency, like XRP and XLM, which also has been acknowledged by the World Bank. And the World Bank has confirmed that both XRP and XLM are suitable candidates for stablecoin classification.
Yet not everyone agrees on XRP's future. Sean McBride, a former Ripple executive, has offered a more nuanced perspective. He suggests that XRP might evolve into something entirely different, a payments-focused stablecoin designed for large-scale transactions. McBride argues that for XRP to succeed, it needs to strike a balance. It can't remain dirt cheap, but it also can't be so expensive that it becomes impractical for everyday use. This isn't just about technology, it's about finding the right economic model to support XRP's adoption on a global scale. Ripple's success isn't hypothetical. Banks around the world have already adopted its technology. Institutions like Santander, American Express, and Standard Chartered have integrated Ripple's solutions into their payment systems, proving that the technology works. As U.S. banks prepare to join the ranks, the implications are staggering. This isn't just about Ripple gaining market share. It's about setting a new standard for how money moves across borders.
You know, XRP is utility, right?
Yeah.
It offers utility. And I think if you're an institutional investor, and if you're an institution, you're looking for utility.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I think Brad is harping on this, you know, in layman's terms with when he explains to people why XRP, it's all about utility.
The ripple effects, pun intended, of this adoption could be massive. If U.S. banks embrace XRP, it could trigger a domino effect, encouraging other financial institutions to follow suit. This isn't just speculation. It's a real possibility backed by years of development, innovation, and strategy. Ripple's vision of transforming the financial system is no longer just a dream. It's on the brink of becoming reality. Ripple isn't just another tech company. It has the potential to join the ranks of unicorns like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft, giants that have fundamentally reshaped the U.S. economy. Ripple's trajectory is eerily similar, and XRP is poised to play a critical role in this transformation. Treasury officials are already discussing stablecoins as a tool to maintain U.S. dominance on the world stage and address the colossal national debt.
You're exactly right. You know, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago, and so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. You know, if you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Like, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. I mean, these are big economies that are leaning, the US really has been the outlier in many ways.
A recent Wall Street Journal article titled "Crypto Could Stave Off a U.S. Debt Crisis" puts it plainly. Stablecoins are no longer fringe finance. They're central to maintaining the dollar's role as the world's dominant reserve currency. Stablecoins like Tether and Circle are already net purchasers of U.S. government debt. Essentially, these coins are backed by U.S. Treasury bonds, creating demand for public debt even as global appetite for U.S. bonds wanes. But here's the problem. Tether and Circle, the two largest stablecoin issuers, operate outside U.S. jurisdiction. If the U.S. government wants to keep control over the dollar's global dominance, it needs a domestic solution. Enter Ripple and their upcoming stablecoin project. Unlike Tether or Circle, Ripple's infrastructure is already designed to integrate seamlessly with global financial systems while maintaining U.S. oversight. This isn't just speculation. Ripple is already working with at least 10 governments globally to facilitate central bank digital currencies, which are essentially stablecoins issued by central banks.
Now, the Bahamas may be best known for its beautiful beaches, but it's now making waves with its blockchain technology, the island launching one of the world's first central bank-backed digital currencies in October. It's called the Sand Dollar, and it's backed by the Bahamian dollar, which is also pegged to the US dollar. To tell us all, joining us now, John Roll. He's the governor of the Central Bank of Bahamas. John, fantastic to have you on the show. I'm incredibly excited to talk about this. You are right at the forefront and the cutting edge of adopting this technology. Just explain to us how you see it working and why it's an advantage to traditional forms of money and currency.
Thank you very much, Julia. In the Bahamas, we started along a process to modernize our payment system. And we address a lot of issues along the way, such as the big one, which is financial inclusion. Having an island archipelago and persons being scattered.
And there's more. Let's break down what stablecoins could do for the U.S. economy. The Wall Street Journal article highlights a critical point. Dollar-backed stablecoins would create an immediate and durable demand for U.S. government debt, reducing the risk of failed debt auctions. This is huge in a world where countries are shifting away from the dollar and diversifying into assets like gold. By digitizing the dollar through stablecoins, the U.S. can make its currency more accessible globally, even in countries with weaker economies or institutions. It's a modern version of the Eurodollar system that turbocharged the dollar's dominance during the Cold War. The beauty of stablecoins is their simplicity. Imagine a digital dollar that anyone in the world can access with just a smartphone. Ripple's stablecoin project has the potential to bring this vision to life. By leveraging the XRP ledger, a blockchain known for its speed, efficiency, and scalability, Ripple could enable instant, low-cost transactions worldwide. This isn't just about convenience. It's a geopolitical strategy. A globally accessible digital dollar would counter China's growing influence, especially with its digital yuan, and solidify the U.S.'s position as the world's financial leader.
And said, well, what's the second best? I would say the world wants two things. It wants crypto property as a savings account, and it wants cryptocurrency as a checking account. Mm-hmm. And that means that the most popular thing really is going to be a stablecoin dollar.
But let's not overlook the timing. Ripple's stablecoin announcement comes as the U.S. grapples with unprecedented debt levels. The national debt is skyrocketing, and traditional solutions like raising taxes or cutting spending won't be enough. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, recently emphasized the need for new financial infrastructure to stimulate growth and address the debt crisis. Stablecoins, particularly those tied to U.S. treasuries, could be the key to unlocking this new era of economic growth. And Ripple is uniquely positioned to lead this charge. Now, let's talk numbers. Analysts from the German stock exchange have highlighted a potential 20x growth for XRP. This isn't just hype, it's grounded in technical analysis and the increasing demand for XRP as Ripple's network expands. Ripple's partnerships with financial institutions, central banks, and now potentially the U.S. government create a unique ecosystem where XRP is both the fuel and the engine. As Ripple's stablecoin project gains traction, XRP's utility, and by extension its value, will skyrocket.
Die Hoffnung der XRP-Besitzer, die sich in folgendem Bild ausdrückt. Und zwar hatten wir seinerzeit 14 bis 17 hier dieses Wedge, das sich zusammengepresst hat. Und wir hatten in einem ersten Ausbruch nach oben, sage und schreibe, 4.300% bis zu diesem Level. Und dann ist es ein bisschen zur Seite gegangen und hat einen weiteren Ausbruch gehabt. Und von hier unten bis hier oben waren das, sage und schreibe, 39.700%.
Nur auf die Betrachtung an.
Das sind zwei tolle Zahlen und das ist natürlich das, worauf die XRP-Gemeinde jetzt hofft, weil hier bildet sich ähnlich über Jahre jetzt schon wieder ein solches Wedge aus. Der Druck spitzt sich hier zu und alle hoffen natürlich auf den Ausbruch nach oben. Und es muss ja kein 40x sein wie hier. Mir würde auch schon ein 20x reichen, weil dann ist man irgendwo zwischen 8, 9, 10 US-Dollar und das wäre schon nicht schlecht.
In conclusion, Ripple and XRP are on the cusp of something monumental. As stablecoins become a central pillar of the US financial strategy, Ripple is uniquely positioned to lead this revolution. The writing is on the walls, and the future is digital. Whether you're an XRP enthusiast or a skeptic, it's impossible to ignore the impact Ripple is poised to have on the global stage. As the financial landscape evolves, Ripple and XRP stand at the center of transformation. Will Ripple's stablecoin project solidify its dominance, or will other players in the crypto space emerge as challengers? Share your thoughts in the comments. How do you see this shaping the future of finance? Your insights might just predict the next big move.